No, my layover last time was in Dublin.
Well, we should not say anything mean about Dublin. I mean, after all, Emerald is Irish, and he's not here to defend his country.
I'm Irish. I can make fun of it.
Fair. But yeah, this is, I guess, for later. Hello and welcome everybody to the AWKWARDCast. ANY and Keyframe wonder about random drivel. And it has been a while, but we finally brought him back with us. Ambris, the man ruling this show from the shadows.
Yeah, I look like a coke dealer here, you know.
Hey,
you guys want something? I got some.
hey, buddy, you want some anime titties?
Talking about anime titties. Ambris!
We're not even 60 seconds in.
I know. Since it has been so long since you have been with us, please refresh our memory. Who are you, what do you do, and why should people care? Except for anime titties.
Wait, you think I know? You think I know who I am? I don't even know who I am. You guys know who I am better than you know. And those aren't anime; those are furry.
It's true. Okay, let's.
There's like one anime.
Let's look the eye.
Can I have exactly one anime, please?
I mean,
there's an anime.
There's an anime. But I'm looking like trying to figure out. It's furry, but is it furry anime or Western furry?
It's Western furry. There's not nearly enough eye sparkles.
That's true.
And I mean, there's not a weird piece of her mouth going down looking like a drip line, but it still has the inside color of her mouth like an Ahugo face. So. But
this is all. This also counts as an anime since it's linked.
2 minutes in and we mentioned Ahugo.
But yes, for people who don't know, this Ambris person right here is an independent artist on the internet who specializes in furry fan art, original art, basic character art.
Including, original art like his own. So,
yeah. That's how that came out.
Exactly. Everybody stay tuned for webcomic, right?
Yeah, as soon as sometime eventually. Stay tuned. Please don't die before I can get something going off the ground.
And give him money on Patreon.
Exactly. He does commissions.
In the description. And giving him money on Patreon means you get to see different versions of his artwork, like his most recent one.
Yes, exactly. My Patreon has actually been taking off lately, and I'm
really
so happy about that. Yeah, I think my Patreon income practically doubled over the course of a month after being kind of static for a long while.
Awesome. Absolutely glad to hear this. Good.
It's because all the cons are over. People are investing back in Patreon. I've had people de-patron me for months, so that way they can have money for cons and then come back.
I mean, it's fair. It's fair. They support artists when they have the extra cash. So
I really like the Scootaloo one.
The Scootaloo one, yeah. From the 3 CMC ones, I would say the Scootaloo one is also my favorite. I mean, Buff Applebloom has something. I will not lie.
I like her outfit. It's very fitting. It's the fitting of the character.
Sweetie is it's fitting, but it probably also once again tells that the tomboy obviously wins my heart. So
it tells our tastes.
It does,
especially since you and I have the same favorites.
Yeah, it talks about taste. But
Sweetie Belle is my favorite. Always has been my favorite. Actually, no, that's not actually true. When the show first started, I was always like, I like Scootaloo because tomboys or whatever, but just I don't know why. Very quickly in a couple, not very long at all, I was like, Sweetie Belle is just way more adorable.
Charming.
She squeaks.
She has a personality. That's what she is.
She's adorable. I wanted to adopt her.
But yeah.
But what's been going on in your life, Ambris?
Oh gosh, more of the same. I've been I did go back to. I should start trying to go back to school, college. Finish getting my BA in art.
Nice.
That's been a disaster of a situation so far.
I can
not nice.
I can completely. Well, I can sympathize.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you are in good company. I mean, you don't have any higher degrees, and you're doing well?
Well, I mean, my whole thing was I was supposed to go to LMU, but I got waitlisted and they never messaged me back.
And while I have college degrees, I'm not working in anything even slightly related to any of my degrees.
I can sympathize because I'm studying for certifications, just not in artwork, in marketing.
So, yeah.
So useful skills for, I've just been trying to get an art degree in, just general anything art related for years just to say that I did. And, like, I started out college thinking I needed to learn,
Now you just
and
want
then
to.
as time has gone on, I've gotten more and more into the mentality of, like, there's not a whole lot at some of these colleges that I can actually learn from, especially, most of them. But there is a lot to be said about making contacts and meeting people,
networking,
at college, and that sort of benefit. And also, by the point I started to understand this, I was so deep in that I was like, I might as well just finish getting my degree. But it's just been a disaster. Like, I went and got my AA in the slowest way possible, which took forever. Then I wanted to transfer to after I was done with my AA, I needed to transfer to a new school, and I got bedazzled by this art college in San Francisco that it's like one of the higher rated art colleges in the country and all that stuff. No one told me, however, how ludicrously expensive it was, and I never actually saw the dollars because my financial aid was paying for everything.
Okay.
So 3 or 4 years later, I'm being told that my financial aid is practically depleted for, like, the amount I'm entitled to for my life, or at least until I get a BA. And I'm like, oh my God, this is...
Yeah. A little nugget of advice from someone who has friends who went to Loyola, which is one of the highest rated animation schools in the country. Like you said, college for artists are more networking opportunities and actual skill opportunities in this day and age. Art colleges are fucking scams. The tuition amounts are
college in general
extortionate.
It's all messed up, and that's getting into a whole nother topic.
And that is why this podcast is sponsored by Skillshare.
We still wish.
Unless you want it to be.
That's the point. It's true. Wasn't Skillshare one of those pages where you basically can sign up and have sponsor link?
You could just ask Skillshare. You can ask Audible and just be like, and we could just sponsor it being like, you want to know how to run a podcast better than we do? Just go to Skillshare.
Exactly. or Audible. You actually want to listen to the audiobooks Max started to talk about every single week? Here's your Audible account.
But continue, Ambris. Sorry.
Yes.
Well, just basically, I decided, well, shit, and the whole system is so convoluted, I couldn't even really figure out exactly how much money I have. Apparently, it's something of a vague number, depending on circumstance. So I decided, like, okay, screw it. I'm going to transfer back to my local state college because that's going to be way cheaper than this expensive private college. And that's what I've been doing this semester. But and while I've been going there, I've been trying to figure out exactly, how much financial aid I have left, how much, whatever, like, what are my plans. And the scary disaster is that after I've looked into everything, I have enough financial aid to maybe cover my next semester here and then nothing else. Shit. And I need, like, way more some years to finish my degree. Because, that's another thing. Because I've transferred several times, not every class I ever took is covering. So it's almost like I lose a little so it's like I basically have gone through college in the worst, least efficient, disastrous way possible, and at this point I'm not even sure if I can get my BA, and I'm $60,000.
Exactly.
So I don't know. I'm not going to say don't go to college, but I'm going to say be smart about going to college.
That's a good thing.
Plan ahead. Don't wing it like I have. Don't think about how much money you're going to have to do if you're getting loans. Think about what it's going to go for. Try not to transfer recklessly. It's frustrating because I have a community college, and then I have a state college in my city, and they have very like programs transfer between them very efficiently because they're both in the same city. So a lot of people transfer, and I should have just went with that. It would have been so much more efficient but I thought I was doing like the proper, I don't know, go-getter thing by transferring to this really advanced, really high-rated college, and just like I just screwed myself over. If I had a lot of money, it's a great college. I think it actually is a great college. Okay. There's a lot of good, skilled people there, but it's for rich people.
Oh well, but yeah, I take it this has been pretty much besides working on art, taking over your life, or
sorry, say that again.
No, this has based this college figuring out stuff has taken over your life, the rest of your life that besides
more
art you still have left.
More or less, I'm pretty much just living on commissions and trying to get everything else figured out.
I mean, you have still one great commission from me in the pipeline that you can or cannot pick up. Here's the thing. This person here, I was like, if Ambris doesn't feel up to it because it's a silly one, so I can completely understand if you're like, no dude, I need to keep the rest of my sanity for some other stuff. And I was like, hey, you do commissions, right? And she's like, and I'm like, money? And she's like, God damn it.
You don't pay me for anything else I do for you. This is the thing you give me money for? This sounds really bad without giving context, but I don't feel like giving any because this sounds like some weird artistic prostitution.
I mean, you're actually doing more the networking secretary stuff for That's Stupid.
That's my new title. I'm not a freelance artist. I'm an artistic prostitute.
You better change your Twitter bio right now to that.
Anyway, so did any? I mean, it feels weird when I ask you if something was going on in the last week.
I think we could just bunch up ours.
Exactly, because we kind of had.
I broke Max's toilet.
That's actually true.
Okay, let me explain. This sounds really bad. So hi guys. So Max's toilet has like a lever on the top, so you just push the button kind of thing.
Push the button.
And when I got there, it was already cracked. I'm going to make this point right now. And he didn't acknowledge to me that it was like cracked badly. So, he's not at home. He's at work. I go to flush the toilet. I click the button and I hear a and I was like, and I look and it's broken in two. And I'm just like, oh, this is not good.
And she tried to fix this piece of hard plastic with a little bit of...
Okay, I used a lot more tape than you think I did. I threw out a lot of it after the failed attempt. And then I was like, oh, I could tell the story of me getting yelled at.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no. So I just texted him being like, so I think I broke your toilet. Wait, I could actually read the conversation.
The stuff I want to hear when I'm at work.
Well, I think your responses are great too. No?
I assume so. Because they were at work responses.
So they have to be like one. Okay, that's about the hair chalk.
But yeah, that's the problem. I have to...
Oh yeah, here it is. Here it is. Me. The hell did you do to your toilet lever? I clicked it once to flush and the fucking thing cracked. And then he was like, and then you just say, oof.
Yeah, oof.
And then we had some normal talk, and then I messaged you like, so I got yelled out of a place. And so I went to like 3 hardware stores to try to find this lever. Nothing. Then I found one that was specifically labeled on Google as a plumbing store. And I went in there and I was like, hi, do you guys have this? Because I took a picture of the lever and they were like, no, we are a water purifying place. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. Google listed you as a plumbing store. They got so pissed. They yelled at me, calling me a filthy American until I left their store. And then I texted him about it. He was just, wow.
Wait, if you are too stupid to have your Google bio correct, you should be thankful if somebody points it out to you instead of being a asshole.
Yeah, but that got fixed. But then besides that, this was a very mundane week.
Yeah, but we destroyed Overcooked. So this is really like first time.
We were going to go have fun outside, and then we discovered we should plan fun things in advance.
Exactly.
Because we found a private karaoke place,
like which has actually like the little rooms where you can have a private party,
kind of thing.
Exactly.
And we were like, yeah, let's do that. Then it got filled, and then we saw a VR zombie place, which we are doing the next time I'm here, and it was like, oh. It's like an hour ride away.
Exactly, for half an hour of play, and it would be like because there's apparently a a happy hour where it's only $99, but no, the happy hour spots were all gone and it was like $140.
So we just kind of looked at each other being like, just want to order sushi and play Overcooked, and we were like, yeah. But then
so I actually because I have a Steam Link which I barely ever use, so I have basically my Steam hooked up to my giant ass TV. How big is this? How many inches is this?
a lot
of inches, which I actually bought when I got into this flat and rearranged shit to have a nice big TV for watching stuff.
You can go look back on some podcast about how many times this TV broke.
Yeah, there was some story there, but a Steam Link, so I can play games, and I got a Bluetooth controller, and I was like, you know what, let's get a second Bluetooth controller, and then we actually wanted to play River City Girls, which we also did, which ended up horribly. We had so much fun last week on Gaming in Ties with River City Girls. We had a really great time, so we were like, let's pick it up again and play more, but we didn't get into the groove. It was just painful.
So then we were like, let's play Overcooked, and we were finding the rhythm and the rhyme.
I still had the old save that I had with Yuri, where we made it to World 5 or something, but with a lot of
1 star and 2 star
1 and
levels.
2 star, where you can have 3 stars on each level, and we rocked them, and we went through there until earlier. Oh, tonight was horrible.
I still want to play River City Girls. I have not had a chance to.
Oh yeah,
it looks amazing. I was super hyped for it. And then,
Jacksepticeye plays a very creepy boy.
Literally, so he's voicing a very creepy character in the game. But sorry, you were saying.
I'm just saying I like, I want to play co-op with someone, but I haven't like had a chance to coordinate to play it with anyone. So I'm like, so. But I haven't had a chance to, but it looks great. Yeah, it's super fun.
It's a fun one. Get your hands on it. Grab a friend and.
I have it on Steam. I just haven't had a chance to play it.
Nice.
But yeah, besides that, we had a very mundane thing. There was nothing in the cinema, so we spent a lot of time this weekend just hanging out and watching Netflix, which I guess
will be our media. So is this a segue? You can go first.
And while we're doing our media, Ambris can give us the his.
Exactly, because we have no clue what Ambris media is so far.
So welcome to when someone visits Max's house. So the media is going to be both of ours at the same time.
Exactly.
Yes, Ambris?
No, go ahead.
Oh, so my media is the long-awaited thing I've been waiting since 2015 for, which is Klaus. Klaus is So yeah, for people who don't know what Klaus is, it is a 2D animated film that was made by Sergio Pablos' company. For who you don't know, did I think the main directing and character design for Treasure Planet.
No.
And it's a film about this postman named Jesper, who is the son of the Postmaster General, who gets hired to to make a postal service in this town that is basically revolving around this Hatfield and McCoy's esque feud. So everyone is just mean and hateful and everything. And then he meets Klaus, who is this toy maker who lives in the woods. And he convinces the kids to write letters to give toys to the children. And eventually, those acts of kindness help the town. Except that the whole matriarch and patriarchs of the town don't want people getting along. This is all stuff you see in the trailer. So none of it ain't spoilers. But this film was a lot of fun to watch. I was so excited because they showed a proof of concept way back in 2015. With this whole lighting style and everything, and we didn't hear anything from it, and then Netflix finally picked it up in 2017. This film was 4 years in the works, and I know a lot of people have been asking is it 2D, is it 3D, is it a mix of the two, and it's actually all done in Toon Boom. From storyboarding all the way to lighting, and it's they just made new softwares to have the shadows follow each other, do this volumetric lighting, make things look like paint and everything, and it just looks... The movie's gorgeous, so if you want eye candy for an hour and a half, you have a very gorgeous movie. I really like Jesper, the main character. I think we said while we were watching it that he displays a very Cusco vibe to him, even down to his voice. Even though it's not David Spade, it's a very David Spade-y performance. And J.K. Simmons plays Klaus, so you have a very badass Santa, basically.
That's my new band name, Badass Santa.
Yeah, but I really like it. The humor is pretty good. The only thing that I'm not too much of a fan of is what they picked for the ending. But
that's the ending.
I think the thing is that it built up this expectation of what's going to happen, and then it didn't, because the movie, the least spoilery way to say it, is that they really downplayed the mystical aspects of this world until the end.
I see.
But like, besides that, I still don't regret watching this. I think it's a really good film, and people really should watch it, because I feel like, given that it got a limited release in theaters too, I think it actually does have a chance to get nominated for stuff. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the whole reason they release stuff on theaters before Netflix, so it can be like
officially.
Yeah. So I have hope for it. I want it to get attention, but I think you can like this either as an animation fan or just a person who likes movies. I mean, you saw it, and you're not nearly as enthused in the world of animation technicals as I am.
But I mean, it's a surprisingly simple story. I mean, you see the majority of cast, which actually is recurring in the shot in the middle. Like, you have obviously Klaus and the postman, and the majority of people are just supporting, if not part of those families.
You don't see the boatsman in this show.
Oh yeah, the boatsman.
Who's played by Norm Macdonald, so...
Yeah, there's this one character who's just an amazingly cynical asshole.
He said while we were watching it, I think I found my spirit animal.
Exactly, this boatsman is great, so look out for that.
I've been seeing a lot of people post about him on Twitter.
The postman specifically, the boatsman.
I'm talking about the boatman.
Yeah, the boatman.
Yeah, like people like... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, but yeah, no. Takeaway. It even got me like at points a little bit misty-eyed, which is like for
as any good Christmas movie should.
Yeah, but yeah, for a stoic, emotionless automaton as me, this is always impressive.
Is it spoilery to ask what scenes got you misty-eyed?
I guess
the one with the guy and the thing.
No, I can say it in a way that is absolutely spoiler-free for anybody who has not seen it, but everybody should understand. The scene related to where Jasper pulls down the wreck.
Oh.
See?
Oh.
Yes. This was like, oh shit. I had like to do the thing where the
sucking up the
exactly where the moist gets sucked back in,
it's
so nobody notices.
Cry.
Yeah.
The last time I felt like that, last time a movie made me feel like that, and this maybe it's a weird one, but was when it was Wreck-It Ralph, when Ralph had to destroy Vanellope's car to save her. That killed me. I nearly cried with that.
I think the last time a film made me cry, like while watching it for the first time, was Coco.
Oh yeah.
Coco though has
you're right.
Coco has the distinction though that it makes me cry every time I see it. Like, I think I saw that movie in theaters like 4 times, including one time with you, and I knew you already saw the movie, and we were both like... Meanwhile, there's teenagers being shitheads in the front row and like stuff. It's like, we're trying to watch Coco at 9 a.m. Stop being jerks.
No, but
you're right. Coco got me too. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, what were you gonna say?
Remember me.
No. But yeah, I totally recommend Klaus.
Yes, same here.
I'm super looking forward to it. I basically am just waiting until like December actually hits to watch it. But I've been super looking forward to it. It looks like just a super great.
Yes.
I don't know. It looks gorgeous. It looks absolutely. And I was wondering, like, is that 3D or is that 2D? It's like I can't quite tell, but
it's all 2D. Like yeah.
No, but I would also say
it just looks absolutely phenomenally gorgeous, and I'm super happy that I don't know, quality 2D stylized 2D animation seems to be kind of getting a foothold, and I'm just, it's just fantastic. So
But I would also say, like, absolutely everybody get your hands on it, check it out. I mean, there are those phrases like instant Christmas classic. No, but it is absolutely Christmassy. It has really Christmassy feel to it, while it starts from a more neutral point. And
I mean, I would assume with a big bearded guy named Klaus.
I know, right? I know.
It also has a lot of very humor that I would say is very Emperor's New Groove and Road to El Dorado, like, especially in the mannerisms of especially Jesper and how he talks to people. Like, it's not a completely
neurotic smartass.
Well, it's not completely like super wholesome. His character animation is kind of like the dog Doppler in Doppler in Treasure Planet if he was an asshole. Like,
but yeah, I cannot recommend anybody to not watch it. So everybody, go watch it.
Go watch the wholesome thing.
Exactly.
Did you put in a media Ambris, or should we go to Maxi Boy?
I guess I buy him some more time by talking about my media. While Ambris keeps searching for one.
Oh.
Okay.
But yeah, my media.
I made him watch this.
Yes, she made me watch it after she already had watched it once, and I have to agree, it's another great one. So, yes, it's Green Eggs and Ham from based on this very short novel of Dr. Seuss.
Only 40 words.
Yeah, only 40 words, and they turned it into a... How many episodes? 13?
13 episodes.
Into a 13-episode Netflix show, which is like, how even? How? And, oh no, now that I actually finished the show, I get all the references in the intro.
I know.
Because they reference a lot of stuff that happens actually a lot later. But yeah, what to say about this? So
sorry, this theme song is a bop.
It is. I also have trouble to concentrate, I will admit. But the thing is, I cannot say how true it is to Dr. Seuss or the feel of Dr. Seuss. I mean, the visuals obviously are totally Dr. Seuss. Nothing to question there.
Oh look, there's actual animation from the show.
Yeah, but the intro gives a good expression. It feels a little bit. It has a little bit more.
But like obviously it's not completely Seussian black outline kind of thing.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm not sure, because they were able to spin an entire story out of it. I cannot really say how true this story would be to an original Seuss. I mean, I believe I've seen the original Grinch one once, and probably other stuff.
It adds a lot more to the to the point where it is a lot of in name and in universe only.
It has a lot of, the world looks very Dr. Seuss, like you see down here the speaker who has hands and everything. There's a lot of those hand machines with wobbly arms and gripping hands. So this is all present, and you see how characters look. They are also completely Dr. Seuss characters. So the world.
I find that like a really fascinating, take where they do a study of Dr. Seuss's work and then they extrapolate from it to try and make their own something original. And that's like kind of just a fascinating process, and it seems like they're authentic. I mean, I can't speak for the story. I don't think Dr. Seuss did much in the way of season-long character arcs for characters. So the writing in a way has to kind of extrapolate from Dr. Seuss's very sort of simplistic writing, but it's simplistic sounds like a mean criticism, but you know what I mean.
But absolutely. He is very simple. He has very limited amount of characters. He has very basic messages, and his stories are short. So simple in a good way. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. And so they try to extrapolate from there, and that's like just an impressive undertaking, and it sounds good. I mean, I was hearing good things. I watched Saber Sparks' video on it. I guess
I can link that down below.
I think like a very big thing is that you can tell that this was a show made by Warner Brothers Animation, in the sense of it has very Warner Brothers-y kind of sarcasm and humor to it. And I mean, like, the best way to describe it is it's like if you take Dr. Seuss and mix it with planes, trains, and automobiles.
I guess that's a good way to describe the feel of it.
This is your media, so exactly. What are the things that you liked about it?
So here's the thing, first of all, which I would not have guessed at all. This is a show that totally justifies at least a second viewing. Because there's some stuff that gets built up from the very beginning that once you finished it, you are like, shit, I need to go back. I need to watch this again. Was this really
I argue it's on
built?
BoJack levels of you need to rewatch it, then you see that things that
because
happen.
while being simple, because what you see on screen right now is basically the entire cast. Basically, and three. I mean, the speaker, the fox, and the mouse are only there for one episode. So basically, the cast is those eight here. Like if this goat would be where the mouse is, and the 8 around the name is the entire noteworthy cast. Everything else is just characters who are there for a moment. So it's still a small cast, but they still managed to pull off some heartfelt character development between them, some surprise developments that once again give the show a rewatch value. This one also got me misty-eyed. This was one misty week for me. To the scene in the tent.
The pinwheel scene, basically.
Yeah,
I'm just
the
saying.
Pinwheel scene. Yeah,
but no, I'm just saying we can say on this podcast that Dr. Seuss made him teary.
Or at least his interpretation of or expansion based on his work. So it's 13 episodes by 20 minutes. It's another recommendation for basically anybody because it doesn't have any thing going on there that could be a red flag to anybody, I would say.
Yeah, sadly, it doesn't have my favorite character on there, which is the narrator.
Obviously, because the narrator is a disembodied voice.
Imagine
this year's the narrator.
The narrator is his own character, and like you have a really good cast here too. Like Michael Douglas plays Guy, who's the brown one, our main character, and then Eddie Izzard plays Snurs.
Oh wait, he is Eddie.
And then you have the narrator is Keegan Michael Key, which is the other half of Key and Peele, and then like Adam Devine plays Sam, and it's just a really good cast that performed really well. And yeah, I'm with him because I've rewatched the show twice, and it's definitely one of those shows where it has replayability of like. There's no real, just like the actual book of how they end the book when Guy tries the eggs and him repeating everything that was in the beginning of the book. Everything has a payoff to the end.
Yes. And also for purists of Dr. Seuss, they managed to have basically
they
I
do
assume
eventually
all lines.
Read the entire book.
Yeah, but because in the book it's like he tries to ask him eat green eggs
will
and ham on a plate.
Will you eat this in a box? Will you eat this with a fox? No, I will not eat green eggs and ham with a box.
So obviously they at some point are in a box, they at some point are on a train, they at some point are on all the things which are from the original verse. So that's just a fun gimmick. Beyond that, I can only judge it as somebody who is not grown up on Dr. Seuss, and it's a pretty great show. And purist Dr. Seuss people, please feel free to give us your take on it. If it is a worthy piece of media that carries his name or not.
It can't be any worse than the Mike Myers Cat in the Hat.
That's true.
Yeah.
But we've stalled enough.
Exactly, Ambris.
Oh shit! I didn't think about it beforehand, and I don't particularly. I don't have any specific media, but I don't know. Can I talk about Pokemon?
Sure. Oh yeah,
sure.
Sword and Shield came out.
Okay,
recently.
let me find a Pokemon character he drew. Is this a Pokemon?
No.
Okay.
No, just look up Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Yeah, I just put up the trailer. In fact, I got a link.
Or like that. Perfect.
Or how do I? Unless you already got one.
Also, I when you were like, I dropped you the trailer, I kind of stopped searching.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Okay, excellent. Click.
Yes.
Click. There we go.
There we go. Yay, Pokemon. Who doesn't like Pokemon?
I.
Do you not like Pokemon, or do you just not care enough?
I don't care.
It's
a phenomenon. It was on TV in the 90s, as it was for people my age, but I dropped in an episode or two. If you show me a picture of Ash, I can be like, yeah, that's Ash, that's Rocco, that's Misty. I can identify a Pikachu or Meow. Oh, and I watched Detective Pikachu in cinema and loved it. So I guess I do care about it. Damn it!
You're just a late bloomer. Don't worry, we'll get you there. But yeah, talk about Pokemans.
I've been very much a I wouldn't call myself like a huge Pokemon fan. In fact, I dropped off. I played the first few. I played the first 2 generations, and then I dropped off the radar until oh god, I think Sun and Moon. Yeah, the middle part of Pokemon. I didn't interact with much of the series at all. But I guess as someone who's really into character design, I think some of the Pokemons yeah. God, I don't know.
Excuse me, we will use proper plural terms here. It is Pokemans.
Yes, exactly. It's like I'm sitting here thinking about, our parents always calling them Pokemans, and I'm like, I've heard it so often. I'm like, that's how it's pronounced, right? It's Pokemans. But some of the character designs are just fun.
I know. I just love that smug boy.
Surfetched. He is smug. You haven't seen the Ponyta?
No,
you haven't seen the Galarian Ponyta?
I've actually kind of not paid attention to a lot of the Sword and Shield stuff besides the Ghost Teapot Pokemon and the cute little electric type Corgi, because that just fits all my needs.
Oh man, oh yeah.
I just kind of looked up the leaks to see which starter Pokemon gets the hot evolution. So
answer is none of them.
No. Scorch Bunny gets cute.
Scorch Bunny is cute, but not hot. He's got really weird tiny hands. It's I don't know what it is. I picked Scorch. I switched Scorch Bunny. I like Cinderace. It's kind of a cool, fun design. I'm not into, for some reason, Cinderace has really weird tiny hands, and I don't like that aspect of their design.
Look, we got it made up for by having some pretty nice looking trainers to fight. We got Nessa, who is the most non-problematic character in the entire Pokemon franchise.
Series. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was my art from.
Yeah.
And also this cutie.
Yeah, that's cute. Exactly. So it's hard. Like I said, I'm not nearly like the huge Pokemon fan that some people out there. I haven't played every game. I haven't watched the anime since the 90s. But I like a lot of the character design. It's fun. And the games are kind of just kind of a fun, easy romp. This game has so much drama associated around it, and I really think
it has drama for the dumbest reasons.
I kind of want to say that, yeah.
What's happening there?
Okay, basically, the new thing that they're introducing in the game is called, I think, Dynamax, where you could essentially make kaiju versions of the Pokemon. It's because, in the last few games, they've had stuff like Z forms and stuff where you have basically ultra evolutions and things like that. But this one, they were like, let's just make it fucking bigger.
Some of them have unique forms when they get huge, and some of them are references. Like someone just put in the chat, Fat Pikachu. Dynamax Pikachu is like the original first version of Red that has kind of a fat Pikachu. Yeah, he looks like that, and it's amazing. So some of them are references. I think Meowth becomes the weird long cat when he Dynamaxes it, which is also a reference to the first slightly awkward sprite.
Yeah, that's original Pikachu right there.
Yeah, so
is this the right one, or
no, a little bit more to the left.
This one?
No.
The right, you mean?
More. There you go.
There you go. Okay. So this is Dynamax?
Essentially, this is what it's gonna.
That's the original art, Fat Pikachu.
Yeah, so that's good reference.
References, sort of. He's a heckin' chonker.
There's Fat Pikachu right there.
Oh, okay.
He's about to heck stuff up, man.
Oh man, it's a Fat Pikachu.
Exactly.
Look at this.
He's big. That's a heckin' chonker.
I want to hug him. Ooh, meaty big boy. But yeah, the drama around this stuff is so stupid. I don't know what's dumber, the Nessa stuff or the whole thing of them being oh yeah, we're not gonna have the full Pokedex in this game. The game that has Didn't with this game they break over 1,000 Pokemon now that's officially made?
Oh boy.
I believe so. It's something like that. It's you know, from what I understand, here's my take on what's going on with it, because there's more than the Nat decks that people have complained about. Because what I think it is that the dev team, which is still not apparently that big, is kind of struggling with the weight of this franchise and making and everything that they're trying to put into this game. So they had to cut things out, the national decks, and there's been a lot of back and forth about. I think the thing is that Game Freak has a really bad PR manager and has expressed everything in like kind of the worst possible ways, and people have really like taken on it, and then of course you just get like a lot of people who are like the original Pokemon fans are, you know, my age, turning 30 and starting to become really cynical and be like, it was better in my day, you know, or something. And now they're just looking for any excuse to hate the series, you know. And I mean, I'm going to admit, like, there is probably not the greatest, like I'm gonna say a lot of the flaws with like the fact that they had to exclude the national decks and all that stuff. A lot of those flaws are probably true. Like, they could be worked around if they had like the right kind of staff and people who were, I don't want to say that they're bad at their jobs or anything, but there are legitimate criticisms, but people have really completely overblown them into, this is the worst game series ever. This is the worst, you know, Pokemon is trash now. It's garbage. It's gotten obscenely over dramatic. You know, you can fairly criticize stuff and you know, say this is a flaw, but it's still a good Pokemon game, and there's a lot of cool, fun things in it, and it's neat, you know, and you know, man, when did we get this cynical? For God's sake, so, you know, lighten up. It's a goofy little you know, monster game with you know, cute character designs, you know, for God's sakes, you know, that's my take on it. And you know, I'm come as someone who hasn't been like a, you know, super in deep Pokemon fan for years, but I don't know, man, judging by the way people acting, I don't think I'd want to be a super in-deep Pokemon fan if this is how it makes you act. You know, so it's just, you know, it's moderation in all things. If you know, fair things to criticize about it, but it's still a really, you know, it's still a really solid Pokemon game that has been doing kind of the same, you know, consistent formula for years, and it's successful. It's good, you know, and it doesn't need to I don't even know what these people want, you know? It's like, I can't tell if people want it to completely reinvent itself or keep to the same. It almost seems like there's a contrast.
Okay, but so, I mean, first of all, I missed it. On which system is it?
Like it's DS, Wii, Switch.
Okay.
Switch, 3DS, that stuff.
And the next...
It's not the 3DS at all, as far as I understand. Really? It's just the Switch.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just the Switch. And you know, because the Switch is these days, you know, it's that weird cross between, you know, a main system and a handheld. It's kind of both.
Oh,
True.
well, okay, so the Switch.
But yeah, so...
And that's one of the... Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, but yeah, so the follow-up question, like on the Switch, okay, I mean, me as a PC Gamer Master Race representative, I literally only... Even when I play something with controllers on my big TV, it's through Steam, which is running on my computer. But so, as somebody who never has played any Pokemon games ever, would you say this is a good one to get into the series? Is it?
I would say so. The Pokemon games, as time has gone on, they've gotten, as far as I understand anyway, they've gotten easier and in some ways more handholdy for like, I think they want every generation to be a jumping on point for new players, so they always try to make it. Some people are saying that this game, I haven't gotten that far into it, but some people are saying that this one is like the easiest one yet, and it certainly so far seems to explain and you know, give you a lot of, you know. But even then, I don't think Pokemon has ever been like extremely difficult, you know, save from weird spikes of difficulty. There's the milk tank from Generation 4 is like notorious for stomping people who don't know how to play the game, you know. And that was included me at the time, but I've since learned, I guess. But in general, they're not hard games as in general. They are not hard games, and I'd say this is a great time to just jump on and just, if you wanted to try it, go for it. You'll have a great time.
Okay.
Okay.
And now it's Pokemon.
That were the Pokemon. So, this means it's time for the Q and the A.
What did we get on Twitter?
I actually got a bunch on Twitter. Okay, so I guess we can start with Fraser's. Fraser asks, for all three, are you guys excited to see Hell of a Boss? Which I only today learned about its existence.
Yes, Hell of a Boss is the new...
Oh wait, is this a representative?
Yep, this is actually from the trailer.
Oh, that's from the trailer. This is a perfect thing
so,
to
yeah,
then.
it's a new Vivzy pop cartoon that takes place in the same universe as Has Been, except it's about these imps that have an assassin business where they can go into the human world to, assassinate the people who brought those people to hell. And there's Brandon Rogers, who plays the main guy, and Richard Horvitz, who plays this one right here. And I don't remember who plays the other people. I looked at it. It looks like fun. It's just kind of the thing of like, I'm interested to see what the different tone is. I feel like this one's going to revel more in the debauchery of it all, since the whole thesis of Has Been is to have a character who wants these people to be reformed. And
here they are just killers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I adore Vizzy's art style. It's just kind of like, yes, give me more of everything you do.
So I take this as a yes, you are excited.
I am excited. Just her design, I just because of my stuff, I tend to like the slightly more grounded designs she has with certain characters. The things that are kind of like just wild, deformed, unrecognizable. It doesn't quite appeal to me as much, but the wolf girl there is like, I love it. I'm furry trash, but the what's his name? The radio demon from
Alistair.
He's just got a fun design. I love that.
Everybody loves Alistair.
It's just, I love that demon girl too. She's just super.
Charlie?
Sorry, the demon girl in that shot right there. What's her? I don't know what her name is.
Yeah.
She's got a fun punk design.
I like Richard Horvitz's character. He looks like a very annoyed boy.
This one?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Though I will say the one with the giant horns does look like one of the almighty tallest, and that's giving me weird vibes given that this is not Zim.
You're right. Yes.
I think I also really like this one's concepts because the designs are also a lot simpler. Which I think she may have learned this from doing Has Been. Because the thing is that I love Vivzy's style. Her thing is just her characters are so hard to animate because there's so many bells and whistles. This looks like that they really thought about simplifying it down.
And I take it that it's still...
This is part of the commercial that they have.
Yeah, but it's... Okay, this is actually a dummy. But yeah, so one... Yeah, I'm just wondering which the recommended age is. I mean,
it's for adults.
All of it.
She says that it's for adults.
Yeah, thankfully, I like it.
But yeah, that's our opinion. So a question on Discord.
Oh look, more of a... No, you can look the question, but more of Punk Girl, just for Ambris.
I adore her. But but she looks more of a main character than the wolf girl, and I really want to see more of the wolf girl.
I like that the person who put up that tweet is like, I don't know her name, but I love her.
This sounds like...
That's a mood.
That is a mood.
Okay, but a question from Odie. Titties.
Oh yeah. Titties.
Wait, what?
Titties asks, ask Awkward. Having running water is amazing, am I right? What's that small thing people take for granted that you couldn't live without?
I mean, running water is a good start, I will not lie.
A shower.
But this is still, this is all the running water.
Specifically hot water.
But what else do we take for granted which we could not live without? We can be more creative than just reiterating what he already gave us.
I'm gonna stick to the hot water thing. That's to me, out of all the creature comforts in the world, the one that I would die the soonest without is a hot shower.
All right. Okay, I think I got it. Being able to breathe through both nostrils is someone who had a stuffy nose for the past 2 days. Being able to breathe out of both nostrils with the same veracity is something you don't appreciate until one of them gets clogged up. Because it's one thing to have both of them stuffed, but one that's breathing out normally, and then the other one just like... It's just like
I get a lot of bad allergies, so I 100% understand that. Can relate.
Okay, Okay. Now I was giving you guys a hard time to come up with something creative. Now I put myself on the spot here. Something else.
I will give you time to be creative.
That's good. Sounds good. So something else to feel we take for granted. Which let's see. Looking around, desperately looking around. I guess, people are already saying like toilets, internet, light, electricity, all good points, and now I cannot take them anymore because somebody else already did. Now let's go completely out there. Food. Having enough to eat. I mean,
someone said food earlier.
Damn it! Still, I at least I didn't say it because I saw it. I came up with saying it. So
good story, good cover.
Yeah, no, I really didn't say it. No, but the thing like the ease.
No, granted, in recent, considering recent events, working toilets might be something you really appreciate.
Oh, touche. I mean, it was just a button, so basically the solution, because it took 2 or 3 days until the replacement arrived, was taking off the lid and just pulling the thing that runs within the toilet manually. So all possible. But yeah, I settled for food as my answer. Because like having a lot of, and especially having a lot of variety of food available.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I barely eat twice the same dish a week, unless it's a wrap-heavy week where I get a lot of wraps. Anyways, next one. Wait, it's my turn, isn't it? Okay. I believe we have similar ones, but maybe we. York asks, what was the most annoying show you have ever watched? Annoying is a very specific one. Oh no, it happened again.
Oh no, did XSplit break?
Yes, XSplit is broken, but...
Did the stream go offline?
That's an interesting one now. Oh, no, we are still online. It's just that XSplit is broken, which doesn't matter. It's still running. We know what to do. So...
so we're not going to get any more visual aids. But...
Exactly. No more visual aids, but we can run it to the endpoint.
Most annoying show,
Annoying,
I guess.
Yeah.
Wow, rude. Someone said the AWKWARDCast.
Oof! Alright, we cannot...
Rude.
Wait, okay, I know what to do. So... I pause it here so it's not irritating anymore, but we can still see the chat.
Okay, but...
Okay. Fuck you, Odie.
Honestly, I think Adult Party cartoon. The Spike TV, like, Ren and Stimpy sequel that was, like, for adults only.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing that's more annoying than seeing that you shouldn't give freedom to people. Like... Because it was taking care, and I'm not even a big Ren and Stimpy fan, but I respect it for what it was. But it's just kind of like, this is what happens when you give someone who's already, let's be nice and say off-kilter, more freedom than he ever deserves. Because then he's just doing stuff out of spite and out of grossness, which works since he's already a gross human being. But that's just also annoying in the meta sense of, you already know that he's not fun to work with, so probably making his team do these things is annoying enough.
There are people in charge of creative properties out there who need a no man. They need someone to tell them that they can't do that, because then they go mad with power. And George Lucas, and
Are you looking up Netflix to try to find something?
M. Night Shyamalan, I can't even pronounce his name. These are people who are creatives who need someone to tell them no, or else they go nuts.
What about you, Ambris?
God, if I had real time to think about it, I could probably come up with a good answer.
Oh, I know that feeling.
But my first reflex is, and this is going to be such an unpopular take. Wow, my camera's out of focus. Whatever, figure it. It's too late now. My unpopular take is probably going to be Rick and Morty.
Ooh.
Just because I know everybody loves that show. I can't stand it. It's like, I kind of respect. I respect some of the messages in it, but I think it's still just a little too nihilistic and mean-spirited all the time, and it's also gross as hell. And just like the way the voice actors talk annoy the hell out of me. I know some people find it funny, but just like the weird like constant stuttering and stammering and then gross bodily noises interrupting everything. And just like,
Ambris,
yeah, exactly.
Ambris, you don't get it. Ambris, it's high art. If you are just not intelligent enough, Ambris.
Exactly. And then the kind of fans that it has like that, so it's like...
Oh, like him?
Wait,
exactly.
I don't wear my Rick and Morty shirt today. You're lucky. I have one.
I can't stand it. So it's like, I don't want to say that it's not I don't want to argue that it's like invalid or a bad show or anything. I don't think, I kind of see like, I think it has certain value here or there, but I sure as hell can't stand it. And I will never watch it. I've seen bits of it and I just like, this show is gross, annoying, and dark, and just like the antithesis of everything I like in cartoons. So
fair.
I cannot stand it. So
I mean,
there's my take.
Obviously, this was the last time we were invited to the show, but it's a fair statement.
So what's your one?
Oh god, I'm still looking, because I actually was looking for something like Rick and Morty, something that is a phenomenon that goes over the goes beyond the show itself, because if a show is just annoying, I would not watch it. So the fact that it is annoying usually has to come from its omnipresence, that you are like, you don't care about it, but you are annoyed by it. Oh, but then again, I maybe found just an answer, which is completely unrelated, or goes
you can't click on that.
I cannot click on it. I still try, because I'm a creature of habit. No, I mean, it goes into the direction of disappointment, I guess. But yeah, what I'm really annoyed by is like Sherlock and how it continues, because I completely loved it during the first season. I was still fanboy enough to enjoy the second season, but with the ongoing seasons, it was just this ongoing disappointment, which made me annoyed by it, and it's still omnipresent in a way, because you still see Sherlock, and it like, whenever I see Sherlock stuff, I'm feeling like, oh yeah, I mean, this is how I fell in love with Benedict Cumberbatch and everything, but it's at the end of the day now, it's like, god damn it, this show went so shit.
Honestly, I see that, because same thing. I watched the first season. I thought, wow, this is cool and exciting and fun. And then, like, I don't know, it immediately got bad. And in some way that in ways that I feel like I could never quite elucidate why it was bad. It was just like it got a little full of itself, and like didn't like, and so it almost seemed like it kind of turned more into a soap opera and less like what Sherlock was about. And I don't even know. Those are all, it's been years since I saw it, but I just know in the very similar way, I watched the first season, liked it, then I just proceeded to hate it immediately. So I 100% get you there.
But yeah, did you already?
I said it. I said,
like the new Ren and Stimpy.
Oh yeah, you were actually the first. Yeah. Okay, another question.
From Discord, Key's future abs asks, ever ordered something online?
We love you, Odie and Wolfhead.
Ever ordered something online that took so long to get to you forgot you ordered it? What's the longest time you waited for a package? I've never forgotten an order, but I have had so many stories of just inconvenient mailing. The two worst ones are honestly the two worst ones are honestly things that I've gotten for this guy.
Oh yeah. Oh, you want to show it off? Wait, have you showed it off yet?
What? The
left, the only one that's physically here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That actually wasn't one of the stories.
But this is actually one of the stories, isn't it?
Yes, but the two I was thinking was your L ring and the the cube that I'm supposed to give
cube.
you. But I guess you could...
I'm sorry, I'm trying to fix my camera.
His birthday was September 1st, and I wanted to get him a nice gift because it's me we're talking about. So what happened was I ordered
And didn't it come from Germany?
Yes. The 4th edition Followed Equestria hardcover book. And I put it, because they were mailing it out during BronyCon, to be at my post office, and I would, send it. I would just have it appear at my post office, so it would be there in time for me to give it to him at Euroferns. Came home and saw that, and they said, oh, we mailed it back. I only got this in the mail, I think a few days before I had to leave to go see him. But now he has it.
Yeah, Fallout Equestria. Look at this monster. This is Bible paper. This is so thin.
And the first thing he said was, well, I can't read this.
Yeah, exactly. This is not for reading. This is for putting on a shelf and every now and then picking it up, looking in there, because it has those beautiful illustrations of Boiler and or the other guy. I'm not sure, but the people who did all the Fallout, I have no feedback what is visible. Probably nothing, because it's far too bright. But this is something to not read. It already has this is putting there and admiring forever. So
the other one was another gift that I got for him, which was the L Definite ring, and it came in the mail the day after I left. I think it came in the mail while I was on the plane. And then so the next time I visited, I got it. And I was just so mad because when I landed, the first thing I got was a text from Brett that said, hey, is this your package? And it was the ring. And he took it out of the box and took a picture of the ring. And I was like, yeah. At that point, I just would have been happier if it came when I got back home.
Oh, man.
So, I guess mine. Mm-hmm. When did I put my Star Wars cosplay together again? A year ago?
About
2 years.
About a year or 2 years ago?
2 years, I believe, because I have been running around with this beard forever after I put my cosplay together. Mm-hmm. I believe actually it was for Berlin Comic Con 2017 that I actually grew out the beard and everything. But no, I actually put more details into the cosplay for April 2018 then, I assume. Yes, so for April 2018, when I went to Starfest, I wanted to have the full outfit. So, I mean, the jacket I already had at this point in time. I also got boot things.
The chaps, yeah.
Exactly, with chaps. And I also ordered myself a Star-Lord blaster. So this was probably in early 2018. It's now the end of 2019. I am still waiting for it to be delivered.
At this point, I think this is what someone would call you've been scammed.
Yes, I actually have been, because when it did not arrive after the announced period of time, I actually contacted them, and I believe I became one of those replies like, oh, no, it sometimes takes longer internationally. Wait a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So I'm still waiting. That's my record. Ambris, how about you?
I honestly haven't had any experience like that, so I got nothing.
You never order anything.
I know, I order stuff, it just shows up.
Oh, okay.
Stuff gets delayed maybe a few days. I've never had anything get ludicrously delayed. So yeah,
fair. Good
lucky
for
me.
You. Absolutely. Okay, so let's see. I have okay. I guess this is
a quick one.
A quick one. So Mr. Thigh, also the storyteller, asks opinions on Pony Life for three of you.
I love that new commercial they just put out to have the pony saying hell.
I cannot show it, so Pony Life, wait, everybody has to
they
look up
say hell?
Okay, so basically what happened is that they have a new toy commercial and they have the design, those little chibi.
Yeah. I haven't seen the commercial, but
the commercial has, I think it's a Lizzo song being like, "I look good as hell," and so it's like, "How you looking? I look good as hell," and they have the ponies popping up, lip syncing to the song, and they don't censor the word hell, and they say it like a good 3 times, and it's on the official Hasbro channel.
Wow.
Yeah, progressive.
But yeah, I mean, we actually talked about it because he was going oh over the designs, but I was like, You know what? I like that they're destigmatizing using that word.
Which is fair and dandy, I guess. But I mean, it might also be that it has a lot of a rougher start, because the first association everybody has is like, oh great, MLP when Teen Titans Go, because this is it feels very Teen Titan Go-ish, like taking a kind of grounded source material and amping it up by 11, going all silly, going all like bubble heads versus stick bodies. So I haven't actually checked it out, the designs themselves. I probably would be more neutral about them if there wouldn't be the Teen Titan Go stigma, and beyond that I don't really have much of an opinion, because I only recall that I felt it when I saw a meme on Twitter which was like, oh yeah, can you remember how we all were like, oh, we are so sad, we want more of it. Great, here you have it.
I mean, real talk
Monkey's paw.
Real talk though, it's just 4.5.
Oh, it actually was a monkey's. Yeah, it was a monkey's paw. Yeah.
My take on it is very neutral. Like, I understand the comparison to Teen Titans Go, and I think that's fair. My understanding of Teen Titans Go, I never watched it, but I have a friend who watched it who I think really liked it, and I've seen enough of it that it's like, okay, Teen Titans Go is genuinely funny at times. But then it's also the other half of the time is just toilet jokes, which is not funny. But I'm gonna say Teen Titans Go has its merit, wherever it is. The biggest problem was that Teen Titans got 4 seasons or 5, and it was like just ramping up, because like the first few seasons were a little awkward, but it like started to get really good towards the end, and then they cut it off. They cut it off at such an unsatisfying, incredibly tragic kind of time, and they're like, we're done. And then when they finally bring it back, it's this obscene absurdity, and the thing is, like, I feel like as a Teen Titans fan, it was a bit of a I don't know, they didn't give us what we wanted when they like we wanted more normal Teen Titans, and they just sort of cut us off and gave us this sort of absurd, whatever Teen Titans Go is, as opposed to My Little Pony, we got 9 seasons, multiple movies, a spin-off series with its own TV movies. My Little Pony, this Generation 4 has had a good run. It's had plenty. I sort of feel like they have played out these characters as much as possible without completely changing the formula. So I'm okay.
They completely changed the formula.
Yeah, and maybe it'll be funny. Maybe it might be a little, sort of, I don't know, it might be a little spazzy. I guess we'll see. But if it's not great, whatever. We still have the original series, and I feel like the original series ended satisfactorily.
Oh yeah.
I don't care about what happened. I don't care if MLP Go is terribly bad or good. I think more likely that it'll just be a fairly short toy commercial series, and nothing to get worked up about. It's not Gen 5, it's Gen 4.5.
Exactly.
So people need to relax.
So, do we have more on Discord?
We have a few, but I think we should just go to the FMK.
Yep, sure.
Yeah. So,
this is the only question that matters.
Yeah. Keys Future Abs says, hashtag Ask Awkward. Ambris is here. You know what that means. Time to burst out the sexy anthropomorphic characters. Fuck, marry, kill. Kitty Catspell from Tough Puppy, Rouge the Bat from the Sonic the Hedgehog universe, and Colleen from Road Rovers. Good luck.
Okay.
What's that first one?
Kitty Catspell from Tough Puppy. It's a Butch Hartman show.
Let me drop you the all 3, because
I know the other 2. I don't recognize that one. Kitty Catspell.
Google it. It's worth it. The good thing is I googled all 3 earlier. I would show them on screen right now if but Netflix broke. But XSplit broke, so I cannot show them. Otherwise, I would show them. So everybody, I put it in the chat as well, so you guys can also look for yourself.
I'm just getting actual cat paws, so just like I'm trying to.
I gave you. If you just put the entire first line into Google search, then you should be fine.
Oh, Catswell. Okay, I kept mishearing what you were saying.
Yeah, but yeah. So I guess.
Oh, her. Okay.
Of course he knows.
I've seen her. Okay. I just haven't seen the show, and I didn't recognize the name, and I have only seen some of her. So okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. So when I earlier Googled it, Kitty Catwell was a complete unknown to me. Rogue, I have Rogue the Bat. I have obviously seen, even so I have never actively consumed any Sonic media.
Nice, Odie. Fuck Rouge, fuck Rouge, fuck Rouge.
That's my boy. And Colleen, I had no fucking clue what this was until I Googled it, and I was like,
You don't know what Rogue Rover is?
No, and then the thing was like, wait, I have watched this show. Because it didn't ring any bell for me, but then I saw pictures and I was like, I know this. I do know this, especially the big white one, which is not in the suit of armor. I was like, this is. I know this. I have seen this. But
oh my god, I would kill for a Road Rovers reboot.
But yeah,
I love that show.
Talking about killing in Road Rovers, what's your take on those three, Ambris? Fuck, marry, kill.
Gosh, man, that's okay. So I'm just gonna send kill to Kitty Catwell because I barely recognize her. So who are you again? I don't care. You're dead.
Wow.
Harsh.
It is.
Also, Butch Hartman's is a butthead, so I'll screw him too by extension.
Fair.
Let's see. Okay, the other man. Usually these are like really awkward. I don't want to interact with any of these. This one's actually hard. But I
this
probably
one's a stinker.
Yeah, but I'm probably gonna lean to Fuck Rouge because she's hot, but probably not wife material. Probably not wife. She's a super criminal. Basically. So you're like, yeah, I don't know, and probably marry Colleen because she's a sweetheart. She's a adorable, sweet,
she's a dog.
nice.
Of course, she's sweet.
So what's your take then?
Wait, why am I next?
Okay, I can go next. I don't care.
No, I'll go next. This is hard, for I am straight, and none of these characters are the
you don't get that excuse.
No, let's see. I'll probably marry Kitty Catwell because she's like a super spy, so she's probably rich.
Just going for the money digger right off the bat.
Why not? Also, she's voiced by the voice of Azula, so she's at least going to be cool. But she's less insane than Azula, so I'm not...
Less insane? Is she still moderately insane?
She's a cartoon character. All of them have some innate form of insanity. Then I'd probably... Colleen or Rouge? I'm going to kill Rouge. Because the less we have of the Sonic the Hedgehog universe, the better.
Whoa!
I'm saying that with hesitance because I do like Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm just making fun of myself at this point.
Fair.
Before sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, go. Before ponies.
Before ponies, I was big into Sonic the Hedgehog and most of its peripherals. I've always been very trash.
I can always say this: I may be furry trash, I may be pony trash, I may be anime trash, I may be all these things. I never had a Sonic OC. I'm still.
Neither have I. To be fair,
I'm still a little bit better than some people, but and then I'll fuck Colleen because, well, I don't know her as well as the other two, but...
There's more one-night stand material. You wouldn't marry her, but you also have no reason to kill her.
She's very soft.
I mean, does it count as cushion for the pushing if it's all fur? Like...
Oh, sure. Sure.
What pushing is there in lesbian sex? I'm not going to think further about this. Your turn.
Yes, my turn.
Oh, you shouldn't have a disgusted expression about lesbian sex and having to imagine it. So, just saying.
It's true. Anyway, so how contrarian can I be? I mean, I could just go down Ambris' take on it, but to not do this, and to not take your... Wait, who did you kill again?
Rouge.
You killed Rouge, okay. So, I will now build it up.
You better not kill Colleen. I will never forgive you. I'll never forgive you. She's such a sweet, innocent girl. She's so nice.
But it's basically the same argument that you had for Kitty Catwell. You don't know enough about her. So that's why you kill her. That's how you killed Kitty Catwell, because you didn't know anything about her.
You monster.
Anyway, so just because I'm the contrarian and not because I mean it, I kill Colleen. Just.
This is for Ambris' sake. Bad.
Thank you.
Bad. No.
Thank you.
No.
No, it's really more like I don't even know where to go from there.
Yeah, Rouge and Kitty, one that you barely know and one that you barely know.
But I don't want to give Amber's answer, so I need to be contrarian to keep it spiced up.
You don't have to be contrarian for its own sake.
But here's the thing. I would not want to marry Rouge, so she is either kill or fuck. And if I fuck her, then I'm literally exactly your answer. If I kill her, then I
mean, you could just make the same argument that, Rouge is a super spy. I mean, she's more of a thief than a spy, but she probably is rich.
But I don't want to kill Kitty. That's the thing. Because even so, I never knew about her and only saw her earlier for the first time when I googled this name. I thought like, hey, it's super spy, has a fun design going on there. I'm as a big Danny Phantom fan. I'm not sick of Butch Harmon designs. So I'm like, hey, this Kitty.
Aren't you allergic?
Yes, I am allergic. I will still not kill her. But the allergic is a good argument. So I don't want to marry Rouge. So I marry Kitty because this way I can maybe hypersensitize and become not allergic.
Desensitize.
Yes. To desensitize. That's why I'm marrying.
Means the opposite.
Probably marry Kitty. Bang Rouge because she's a bad girl, and you don't want to keep a bad girl, but you totally want to bang them.
See, I'm at least happy you picked this instead of like banging the cat, because now I'm imagining you having an allergic reaction to
Ooh.
just sneezing everywhere.
Well, I guess then she would turn around during the sex, look at me and be like, "Meow, that's awkward."
A and Y and Key say hi to the people in the chat. The memes are seen on this live stream as they talk about random grabs. Time for awkward guys. It's the awkward. Random guests and funny gags on the awkward guys. Artwork and analysis which you do not want